keep the music playing.
Boogity, boogity, my friends. Welcome to the show. It's Tuesday. We like to call it Terrific Tuesday. I don't know who came up with that, but yes, today is Terrific Tuesday. It is Tuesday. I am, who am I, Kevin?
I believe you're Zach.
Oh, if you that's right. Today,
I am you on the screens right there.
I am not Tom Terrific. I am Zach. But welcome to the show. Here we are. It is going to be another gorgeous day. Wasn't yesterday beautiful? Got a little warm.
Yeah,
a little bit warm.
It did get a little warm, but it was really nice.
What is the official? Is it the official first day of summer?
It's somewhere around the 20th to the
somewhere
23rd,
around the 20th,
something like that.
Yeah. Summertime is around the corner, but it was warm yesterday. Anyway, today is Tuesday. Kevin, do you think we can do our national anthem?
We'll try.
Okay, let's do that.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, man, what a way to kick it off. We got it right here, Zach Owen Show, brought to you by my friends over at Be Kind Coffee, Washington Avenue. Great pastries, great homemade bagels at Be Kind on Washington. My buddies over at Mike's Car Care Center on Sanger Avenue, and also Jack of All Trades Employment Services. And we do our show live Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 o'clock, right here at the Backyard Bar, Stage, and Grill, where this past Saturday night had a throwdown party with the 30th anniversary of Sloppy Joe. Had a great time. Again, thanks to Brian and Sloppy Joe, the band, all the band members for letting me MC and also jump in there during the David Allen Coe song, You Don't Have to Call Me, Darling. Hello. Anyway, had a great time. Here we are. We got music coming up at 9 o'clock. Mike Mathis will be here. Mike is going to entertain us in the 9 o'clock hour singing. It's funny because when the guys ask me, or the girls, they'll say, well, what do you want me to do? And I'll say, look, it's your choice. This is your hour to shine. Usually 5 acoustic songs, and it can be originals, all originals. It can be all covers. It can be a combination of both. So it's your choice, whatever you want to do. But last night, I was just telling Kevin, last night I booked 3 or 4. Hey, hang on. Is that the 808 going through the train? I think it is. Or either the 8 o'clock is late. Could be. Or it could be the 8:10 is early. Anyway, booked 3 more singers and bands. As of right now, I am booked up with musicians for the next 3 weeks. I'm waiting on one person to reply to fill one slot I have open. But if you're a musician, you have a band, it's an acoustic deal, and you can bring a extra guitar player, somebody play the beatbox, as I call it, tambourine. As long as it's acoustic, we can get you on the show, and we'd love to have you on the show. Just reach out to me. You can find me, heck yeah, whether it's Messenger, whether it's texting, Facebook, email, you can find me. It's very easy. Right here at the show, I'm here every Monday through Friday, 8 o'clock, Backyard Bar, Stage, and Grill. But it's exciting to have all these great musicians signed up. Mike Mathis, 9 o'clock hour, is going to entertain us. Let's look and see what today is. Today is June 3rd, already June 3rd. Today is National Egg Day. Now, is this the skinnier egg or the fat egg? Which I mean by that is by price. Is it the overpriced egg or the skinny egg? This is kind of like the Elvis Presley deal. Do we want to see skinny Elvis or fat Elvis? But good, thank God.
Is that even a question?
Do what?
Is that even a question?
The good thing is eggs have gone down in price, haven't they?
I believe
I don't
so.
buy a lot of eggs. Are you an egg eater?
I have an egg allergy, so no.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I just, how most people love hard-boiled egg or deviled eggs, whatever. I just can't, I don't know. I can eat a scrambled egg, but I don't know, something about that.
Now, don't get me wrong. I love deviled eggs.
Do you really?
Absolutely love deviled eggs. I make a mean deviled egg, but man, I can eat it. But then I gotta take something for the indigestion afterwards.
Does it make your ears swell up or your nose or?
Gives me some itchies and maybe
gives you the runs. What?
No.
Oh.
Just kind of makes my stomach do some somersaults.
Okay.
So
I don't. You're the first person I've ever heard that couldn't eat eggs.
I can. I just got to be careful. That's all.
Okay. All right. Anyway, today is National Egg Day. We salute you, Humpty Dumpty. World Bicycle Day. I like, it's been years since I bicycled, but man, ever since I was a little bitty kid, I've had a bicycle, but I haven't had one in a few years. I was just talking to Andrea here a while back about, hey, you want to get a couple of bikes and ride? Then you got to get helmets. I went my whole life without a helmet. Now I got to get a helmet. So anyway, today is National Bicycle Day. Something I noticed, and I'm going to point over this way. That's the VA administration building. And remember, a couple of weeks ago, President Trump ordered all federal employees to go back to work, which I think is a great call. But anyway, I look out here and I see people coming to work, and they're carrying, it looks like their lunch in a HEB sack or whatever, but it's got tons of stuff. How much do they eat during the day? Did they get hooked on food while they were at home and now they got to take it to work, I guess? I don't know. But it amazes me the containers they carry in there with food. All right, today, World Bicycle Day. Today is also National Chocolate Macaroon Day. Now, we say macaroon. I like to watch the show where the guys, Mark Cuban and all them, sit around and, try to invest in stuff.
Shark Tank?
Yes. And Mr. Wonderful, Kevin, he said that Actually, it's pronounced Macron. That's the proper way to pronounce macaroon. Macron.
Because
So, anyway,
it's French.
Today is National Chocolate Macron Day. Love conquers all. Love will keep us together. Love conquers all day. So do something a little extra special for that one particular person that you love. Today is Repeat Day. By the way, today is Repeat Day. A fun and quirky day that encourages repeating enjoyable activities. It's a lighthearted reminder to do things you love over and over and over again today. So, yeah, I love doing this, so I'm just going to keep doing it this morning. Do you love riding your bicycle? You can do it. Do you love having sex? Well, by God, today, do it over and over and over. Okay, Repeat Day, Love Conquers All Day. You can put those together, man. Whew. You know, yesterday I was talking about the top 10 recipients of the new Texas Monthly 2025 best barbecue restaurants in the state of Texas. And the number one is called Burnt Bean. Burnt Bean. I do remember number 3 was, I think, Goldie's. And I've heard a lot about Goldie's. But it's interesting because everybody has their favorite. I can't believe John Jackson's is not on here, whatever. But anyway, everybody can't make the list. But I want to give a shout out to 3 barbecue restaurants that did make the top 50 list for Texas Monthly. You know, I'm a barbecue freak, man. I love barbecue. Miller's Smokehouse in Belton. Miller's made the top 50. Rossler's Barbecue in Harker Heights. I have not been to Rossler's. I'm going to have to go. And we had the guy on the show here a few weeks ago, and they've got a new building. My friends over at Hellberg Barbecue made the top 50 list of barbecue restaurants. Congratulations to Miller's, Rossler's, and Hellberg's for making that Texas Monthly list. Hey, we got a music video that is just churning right now. It's like, let me out, play me, play me. So let's play a music video.
Yes, sir. I am rolling and rolling.
All right. You know, we've got... I realized early on I didn't need that much gear out playing shows. Big amps, guitars are all fun, but you got to remember all that stuff. You got to keep it all working. You got to keep up with it. Had a guitar player named Andrew Nafziger, great guitar player, but a real Austin guy, great player. Played with Bruce Robinson and a bunch of other people. We went into the movie. We were killing time one day, and we're all sitting in the movie. I'm like, where's Nafziger? We got the band van out back. He just comes down the aisle just carrying his blackface Fender twin reverb amp and like some popcorn. Just like, excuse me, blah. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, I can't leave this in the car. I'm like, dude. So we sat there and watched whatever we were watching with a gigantic, albeit very nice, vintage Fender amplifier in the theater. After that, I go, man, if I got gear I've got to sleep with and just keep with me at all times, it's not worth it. We had all of our stuff stolen years later. But that's a long story. I don't use any effects really on stage either. Just a little, just the amp and the guitar pretty much. But you hear that? You hear that, Cameron? Get a sense of that little, that's a little phase, a little phase 90 here from our friends at MXR. So we're here in the studio, so we'll employ the little effects I've got rolling around on the floor. Hey, my friend, come over here quick. The time for action is near. There's buried treasure behind Mrs. Anderson's garage, about a half a block from here. But we must be ready for war, 'cause it won't be easy to find. And we're gonna do it again, 'cause we've done it before. Bring your weapons, should we get in a bind? And my mind makes a rifle from the stick on the ground. And I won't let those stormtroopers shoot me down. No, no, no. And if I wanna stop being myself for a while, but I don't wanna do it alone. You can be Luke Skywalker and I'll be Indiana Jones. The alley's the jungle, the likes that I've never seen. Put my whip and my knife, clear the way. You better keep that lightsaber handy there. Luke, my friend, we're not taking any prisoners today. Well, it's alright, my buddy, I'm watching your back. Just keep an eye on mine too. 'Cause although we are outnumbered and under attack, we'll show the bad guys what the bad boys can do. You know, hunting for treasure is always a dangerous charade. And do you also know this water balloon that I'm holding is really a hand grenade? Yeah, yeah. If I wanna stop being myself for a while, but I ain't gonna do it alone. Yeah. You can be Luke Skywalker and I'm gonna be Indiana Jones. We can finally go home now. Got the treasure in me, rescued all the girls. When mama asks me why I'm so muddy and bloody, I can say, hey, it's tough, you know. Saving the world, my rational conscience laughs at the way I pretend. But when I wake up tomorrow, I'm gonna do it all again. Yeah. If I wanna stop being myself for a while, but I ain't gonna do it alone. You can be Luke Skywalker and I'm gonna be Indiana Jones. Yes, I can be Indiana Jones, yeah, Indiana Jones, yeah. Phase 90, Luke Skywalker and Indiana Jones.
Back live here at the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill. I just saw the quote of the day. It says, "I'm going to open a $2 store for the people that enjoy the finer things in life." I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, well, I mean, things at the dollar store aren't really a dollar anymore.
I mean, yeah, there's nothing $1. I think that's false advertising.
That's what I said. Everything's like, it's now $1.25.
Yeah. Well, you know, they're going to quit making the penny. The penny cost 4 cents to make.
That's a slippery slope, though.
So, yeah. But they say that they're not going to stop immediately. They're going to let it kind of run its course through the end of the year, and then they'll stop making it, and then hopefully they'll be routed out. But yeah, the penny is going away down the road.
If you stop using the penny, then what's next? The nickel, the dime, and then,
can't say a penny for your thoughts anymore.
True.
Oh, well. I rarely, I have a lot of friends that and everybody's different. I rarely, you tell me how you are, Kevin, I rarely use cash. Rarely use cash. I use my debit card or my American Express card. You know, when I Uber or Lyft, that's built in, comes straight off. I just don't use cash much. I hate carrying around change. I think that's more a problem than anything is carrying change. A lot of times I'll go to the store and they'll have a little tip jar, or they'll say, "You want to round it up?" Well, yeah, okay. So, do you carry cash? Cash, are you a cash guy?
I'm normally not, no. But once again, the conspiracy theorist in me goes, is that good? Because then, how I'm paying for something is vague and, out there. So.
I still have to say one of my biggest, I don't know what I would call it. The thing that aggravates me a lot is going to the grocery store, whichever one you shop at. I shop at H-E-B, and going to the line, and that line that says, 12 or 14 items or less. And man, I get up there and I've got 6 things, and I look up and there's this lady digging in her purse to find her leather holder that's bedazzled, opening it, getting the checkbook out, writing the check, writing it into the register. It never fails. I get behind somebody right here. We need to do away with checks. I'm just saying that.
Do people still take checks?
They do at H-E-B.
Really? Like, I remember when I was a cashier, I knew how to do all that, but I didn't realize that was still even around.
I mean, just use the debit card. All you do is go whoosh, and it's done. Boom. Yep. Same as a check, just quicker and easier.
Yep.
Hey, my friend Nashville Cat is standing by to tell us what's happening in the world of country music news. Let's check in with Nashville Cat right after this.
Today's edition of Nashville Cat on the Zach Owen Show Live is brought to you by Be Kind Coffee. Be Kind Coffee's ultimate goal is to promote kindness. 1534 Washington Avenue. Sit down and stay a while. Be Kind Coffee is open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. BeKindCoffeeCrew.com.
Lainey Wilson won't have any country artists perform at her wedding. They'll instead hire a couple of jazz bands. Lainey only has 2 shows in July, then a month-long gap before her August concert, so it must be a summer wedding. Lauren Elena is now 4 days past her due date, but says she's still eating for 2. Old Dominion's upcoming studio album has 13 tracks, and it's their most personal record ever. Finally, it's 7 weeks in a row now for Morgan Wallen's I'm the Problem, making it this year's longest-running #1 album. I'm Nashville Cat on the Zach Owen Show.
The old saying is, hey, it's on the internet. You can believe it. It's true. Because most of the stuff probably isn't true on the internet. But I saw something that is true. My good friend who has actually been on the show, Aaron Watson from over in West Texas, not West Texas, but West Texas. he was laying into the whole Beyonce winning. You know, Aaron is country through and through, great entertainer, great musician, loves his fans. He laid into another guy, I think the Warren Zyder guy, for cussing out a fan and blah, blah, blah. But if you get a chance, go over to TikTok and find Aaron sitting on the back of a pickup truck talking about that. It's very interesting, and I back what he says 100%. Also yesterday, I saw, now, I don't know if this one's true or not, but Reba McEntire laid in to Post Malone and saying that it is totally ridiculous that this guy wins country awards. He's not country, and goes in. Now, I don't know if she actually said that. It was on social media, but anyway, it's just a crazy world we're in right now. Is this country? Is that country? Even some of the people that are supposedly country don't sound country anymore. The debate continues. We're going to take a short break. We'll come back, and actually we found through the magic of the Rubik's Cube and Etch-a-Sketch, we connected with the folks over at Channel 10, and we've got our news and weather coming up in a few minutes. But we'll take a short break live at the Backyard Bar, Stage, and Grill. I'll be right back.
Just use AMP-Pace.
Pace.
Is your Mac running slow? Mac Booster 8 is your all-in-one solution to clean up 20 types of junk files, remove malware and viruses, and protect your device. It also optimizes your Mac's hard disk, fixes disk permission issues, and cleans memory, all to boost your Mac's performance to the max. Get your Mac running like new again with Mac Booster 8. Visit macboost.net today.
Finding a sleep sack that my baby likes has been a struggle.
The sleep sack from Joy is a major upgrade.
It's all natural eucalyptus, which is breathable and hypoallergenic, which is really great for your baby's sensitive skin.
And it's made with Climatech, which regulates your baby's temperature.
You can also get Joy's crib sheets, which are made of the same super soft material.
Joy gave my baby comfort
and gave me peace of mind.
At Mapiful, we believe in celebrating your journey, past, present, and future. Our unique personalized products are designed to boost your confidence, elevate creativity, and honor what matters most. From custom home decor to meaningful gifts, we help you cherish the memories that make you who you are. Visit mapiful.com and start celebrating your story today.
Maud Lily is your go-to for stylish and affordable fashion that fits your life. Whether you're looking for the perfect swimsuit for a beach day, a chic dress for a night out, or cozy tops for everyday wear, Maud Lily has it all. Their extensive collection of swimwear, including bikinis, tankinis, and one-pieces, always keeps you on trend, while their dresses and tops come in flattering styles for every occasion. Visit maudlily.com today.
Natural Cycles identifies your fertile window by analyzing changes in your temperature. It's the first FDA-cleared birth control app No hormones, no side effects. And 93% effective with typical use. And 98% effective with perfect use. Just measure in the morning, add your temperature into the app, then learn which days you can and cannot get pregnant. It's that easy. Learn more at naturalcycles.com.
A house is a property, but we live in homes. Home sweet home. Homes where the heart is. Home. There's no place like it. Homes are filled with memories and emotions. OfferPad knows this is your home, not your house. That's why we do what we do. Every day, we aim to deliver the best home buying and selling experience so you can spend less time real estating and more time living.
Visit roguemediamusic.com for more music.
Back live here at the Backyard Bar, Stage and Grill. It is Tuesday. Today's show number 107. So excited. Hey, give it a little heads up of who we've got coming up this week. I mentioned earlier, Mike Mathis is going to be here at 9 o'clock to play music, and that'll be during the 9 to 10 hour. Tomorrow, Yvonne Williams. Okay, Yvonne is with the Chamber of Gatesville. She's the one that overslept the other day and didn't make it in time to be on the show, but she swore to me that she's going to have 5 alarm clocks set to wake her up. She's going to be on the show to give us an update of what's going on this weekend in Gatesville with Chivalry. Kyle Park, we talked to him yesterday morning. He's excited about coming to Gatesville for the big event, the big concert. So anyway, Yvonne is going to be on tomorrow morning. Stephanie Chavera is our musical guest tomorrow. And then Thursday, I got some of the guys coming in, or one of the guys coming in from the Goodfellas. Christmas in July is coming soon. That's their big, big summer event, and they want to talk about that, where it's at, tickets, who's going to be there, so forth and so on. So Thursday, Goodfellas is going to be on the show, along with Noah Derrick. Noah going to be our featured musician. And then on Friday, Terry Hunt, longtime friend, ex-radio guy. He works with the Community Cancer Association. They're going to receive money from an event that's coming up, and they're going to come in and talk about this event. And also, Jennifer Pasarchik and John Fox will be our musicians on Friday. So we got a busy, busy week ahead of us. Let's play another music video right now, and we'll come back live at the Backyard Bar, Stage and Grill on a Tuesday.
Daddy ain't coming back, and I'm moving on. I'm rolling on. You were flying too high for my little old sky, so I'm moving on. Flying the big loud whistle as a blue and blue said hello to the Southland. We're coming to you when we're moving on. We're rolling on. You had to laugh at me, but I've set you free, and I'm moving on. Robert. Won't you please listen to me, 'cause I got a pretty mama in Tennessee. Keep moving me on, keep rolling on. So shovel the coal and just rattle the roll and keep moving me on. Mr. Engineer, take the throttle in hand. The spinal of the past is in the southern land. Keep moving me on, keep rolling on. You're gonna ease my mind, but me there on time. I keep rolling on. Let's picture. the time, but you just wouldn't listen to pay me no mind. I'm moving on. I'm rolling on. You broke and you vow and it's all over now, so I'm moving on. You switch your end tonight, got time for a private woman on my main line, 'cause I'm moving on. Daddy wrong. I've wanted twice and you can settle the price, 'cause I'm moving on. Jimmy Crawford. But someday, baby, when you've had to play, you're gonna want your daddy, but your daddy will say, keep moving on. You stayed away too long. I'm through with you, too bad you're blue, keep moving on.
That is such a classic. That is Hank Snow. Do you know, Kevin, and I don't know if you knew this and something was telling you to play that, but that song, just like 2 weeks ago, was released 75 years ago. 75 years ago, Moving On was released.
That is a country song for sure.
That is freaky that you knew that and played it. But anyway, Hank Snow and I'm a Moving On. I love to watch those classics where they had the matching suits, the nudie suits, and a lot of people think nudie means naked, but nudie was a guy that made the suits. And anyway, the boots. I wish we could go back and stop it and look at that, but the boots were incredible. The stuff they wore back then is just amazing. Anyway, Hank Snow here. We are live at the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill. This morning at 8 o'clock, we always kick it off with our news from over at KWTX News Channel 10. But we had the news, the video, but we did not have any audio. We found it. It was in a sealed envelope in the back of the kitchen, and we found it back there with a mayonnaise jar. Anyway, let's throw that in right now. Here's our news for today, Tuesday, and our weather forecast.
Today's news and weather is brought to you by the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill. The Backyard Bar Stage and Grill features a full restaurant and bar, a huge outdoor concert stage, a giant outdoor TV screen, fire pits, a roof deck, washer pits, cornhole pits, inside and outside seating, and much more. Located at 511 8th Street, Waco, Texas, 76706. Check out upcoming shows at backyardwaco.com.
From the News 10 Newsroom, I'm Keisha Lopez. Questions remain unanswered this morning after a woman is found dead in Lake Mahia. Officials tell us the sheriff's office got the call yesterday around 4 in the afternoon. Law enforcement and first responders discovered the body near FM 3437. EMS, state troopers, and Limestone County Sheriff's Office deputies were on the scene. At the moment, details are still limited. Of course, we'll continue to provide updates as they become available. Meanwhile, the 89th Texas legislative session is over. However, there are still some bills awaiting the governor's signature. Today, he'll hold a bill signing ceremony on the bail reform package in Houston. Last month, Texas lawmakers passed several measures aimed to tighten the state's bail laws, which was a priority for the governor. From the News 10 Newsroom, I'm Keisha Lopez.
We'll have a few different opportunities for scattered showers and storms today across central Texas, stretching into the night tonight, and maybe also again tomorrow as well as a cold front moves its way towards us. Now, during the daytime hours today, we'll call it a 10% chance of a morning shower west of I-35 and about a 30% chance for a few scattered storms late this afternoon and early this evening, again, mainly west of the I-35 corridor. Temperatures in the mid-70s this morning will warm to near 90 this afternoon. Those low-ish afternoon and early evening storm chances turn to a 60% chance for storms after 1 a.m. tonight. Those storms arriving with a cold front should clear the area by tomorrow morning with another lower storm chance tomorrow afternoon. From KWTX, I'm First Alert meteorologist Sean Bellafury.
Back live at the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill. There you go. You're up to date. The news, all the news you need to know and some you really don't care about. Here on the Zach Owen Show. I don't know how we missed that this morning, the audio. Who are we going to blame it on, Kevin? Mike?
The guy across the street.
Yeah, that guy over there
Smokey the Bear.
vaping over there. We call him Smokey. the bear. The smoke just barrels out of his car. He's out there sucking down a whole vape cartridge before he goes into work at the VA. Somebody needs to check on this guy's health. They really need to. Luke, I am your father.
Yeah.
Smoking that. Anyway, here we are. We got Mike Mathis, who's up on stage, and he's up there going, what the hell have I got myself into this morning? I don't know what, but anyway, Mike's going to sing some songs. Mike, you going to do originals today, or? You don't want that star to go, you know, that Mike Mathis guy down in the Waco area, he screwed up my song. That would go down in history. Mike Mathis, the song screwer upper. That's right. Or half the people that sing our national anthem screw it up. Anyway, Mike's going to do some original songs for us coming up in the 9 o'clock hour. But right now, we've got another music video just for you. Early morning music live at the Backyard Bar, Stage and Grill on a Tuesday. Back live at the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill. Got the music videos rolling this morning. Hey, if you, I mentioned it earlier, but I'm going to tell you again, if you want to be on the show and shine in the 9 o'clock hour, we'd love to have you on here. We've had a rapper. We've had a couple of Tejano. My friend Pedro brought his squeeze box and played it live here, which was so much fun. We've had classic rock. We've had pop. We've had country. We've had a little bit of everything. But we'd love to have you on the show. Just get in touch with me. You can find me. If Mike could find me, anybody can find me, you know. That reminds me of a story about 2 years ago. One of my best, closest high school friends from back in the 70s. I hadn't seen him or heard from him in I'll tell you what, I was working in radio in 1990 in Longview, Texas. And I was sitting in a bar called the Rio Palm Isle, famous bar in Longview. And up walks this guy. And I couldn't believe, I hadn't seen him since the 70s. And then that's the last time I saw him. So anyway, fast forward, I want to find him. I just want to reach out to him. And I did some searching, and I actually called him. And he answered the phone, and he goes, hello. And I go, hey, this is Zach from high school. He goes, first thing he said to me was, how'd you find me? He says, I live off the grid up in Dakotas or Wyoming or somewhere. He says, I don't do I said, well, you got a cell phone. You're not off the grid. But it was good to catch up with him and talk to him. Some good old times there. But anyway, yeah, the Rio Palm Isle. I've got stories. Let me figure this out. Hold on. I met my third wife at the Rio. That should be, Mike, can you help me write a country song? I met my third wife at the Rio Palm Isle. I met her in East Texas at the Rio Palm Isle, and it was all downhill from there. Or something like that. Anyway, here we are. We're live at the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill. The point I'm getting at is if you'd like to be on the show, we'd love to have you on the show. Just reach out to me. As of right now, I'm kind of booked up for the next 3 weeks, so we're looking into the latter part of June into July. And I believe when I started the show, when I was asked to do this show by Rogue Media, my friends at Rogue, they said, let's do a 6-month deal. So we signed on the dotted line, shook hands for 6 months. I was told yesterday, Corey said, let's get together, have lunch, and let's re-up for another 6 months. It's doing quite well. So looks like I'll be here for a while. So if you want to be on the show, we'd love to have you. If you'd like to advertise on the show, like my friends over at Mike's Car Care Center on Sanger Avenue, please reach out about advertising. Our Jack of All Trades Employment Services over on Franklin, Helen Underwood and her staff, they're an advertiser. My friends over at Allen Samuels, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, they're coming on as new advertisers this coming Monday. My buddies here at the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill. Be Kind Coffee on Washington Avenue. Anyway, I'd love to have you on as a sponsor of the Zach Owen Show. Reach out to Rogue Media or reach out to me, and I'll get you in touch with the right person. I have a young lady named Nikki, and she is out there and responsible for getting in contacting and getting advertisers for the show. So I'll put you in touch with Nikki. Just reach out to us and do that. All right, we'll take a short break. This is going to be a little shorty. This is a 2-and-2 break here. Coming back at the Backyard right after this.
Are you a business looking for great employees or a Central Texan ready to get to work? Since 1986, Jack of All Trades has connected local companies with the best people in town. With nearly 40 years of recruiting experience, we help you succeed, whether you're hiring or job hunting. One call to Jack of All Trades puts the right people in the right place. Follow the job leader, Jack of All Trades Personnel Services.
Unlock a world of convenience with Mully Box, your one-stop solution for personalized subscription boxes delivered right to your door. Each box is tailored to your taste. Experience the joy of surprises. Subscribe today at mullybox.com. That's MULLYBOX.com. Overwhelmed by your inbox? Clean Email is here to help. Organize, clean, and manage your emails with powerful automation tools. Say goodbye to spam and clutter and enjoy a stress-free inbox. Try Clean Email today at cleanemail.com. That's CLEAN email.com.
At Open Goal USA, we're revolutionizing training for both soccer and lacrosse with our innovative portable rebounders. Perfect for players of all ages and skill levels, our rebounders improve accuracy, control, and technique in both sports. Built with premium materials for durability and ease of use, they're ideal for training anywhere, anytime. Whether you're perfecting your soccer game or sharpening your lacrosse skills, Open Goal USA has you covered. Visit OpenGoalUSA.com and elevate your training today.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Combine that with OrganicHemp.com's top quality CBD for ultimate balance. Start your healing journey today at GlobalHealing.com and OrganicHemp.com.
We're here at the Backyard Bar, Stage and Grill on 8th Street. Got a lineup of some good music for you this weekend. Hopefully I'll get Chris or Brian in here to talk about that either today or tomorrow and find out what's going on. This is the perfect time of the year. If you were here Saturday night for the Sloppy Joe anniversary, you could not have asked for better weather. Perfect time to be outside here at the Backyard. Anyway, check it out. You can go to the Backyard's website, see who all is going to be there. They got some big names coming up in the near future, too. All right, Mike Mathis, the original Mike Mathis. It's funny because when I received a text and said, hey, my buddy Mike Mathis is going to play, he said I couldn't play. Something came up and he couldn't do it. He says, I got this friend, Mike Mathis. First thing that came to my mind was the late rodeo announcer, Mike Mathis. I'd been around him, over the years in radio, doing rodeos in Belton and in Waco and so forth. And that was I thought, wait a minute, Mike passed away a couple of years ago. It can't be that Mike Mathis, but it is the other Mike Mathis from down around Belton. Mike, thanks for coming in, being on the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
Did you get voluntold to be on the show? Is that it?
Well, I got on the show because Brian Mullen had something coming up, and I'm just the pinch hitter for Brian today. you had the real talent booked, but he bailed on you, so he sent me over. So next time when he comes in, he'll look even better.
Yeah. So do you think Brian got cold feet?
No, I don't think Brian got cold feet. I don't know what happened to Brian.
Yeah, we're going to reschedule Brian, get him on the show here. But Mike is here. Tell us about you. Tell us about your history. Where are you from?
Well, I grew up in the Brazos Bottom in Hearn, Texas, and made a mistake and went to college and ended up being a responsible citizen for many years. And after that, I worked a long time. I was writing music. My first foray into music was around 1976 at the Kerrville Folk Festival. And the first time I was ever on stage was during the New Folk competition at Kerrville, and that was kind of a scary situation because I didn't know what I was getting into till I got there, and it was too late to bail.
Hey, let me stop you. Isn't Kerrville such a unique, special town?
It is. That whole area is. Of course, it's growing around there. It's becoming a hub of activity. Fredericksburg's one of my favorite towns.
Yeah.
We were there just a couple of weeks ago. This is my wife, Beverly. She and I were there, spent a couple of days. And
I thought you brought your daughter. That's your wife?
No, that's my wife. I robbed the cradle. Is what I did.
So you performed there. Keep going. Tell me more about you.
Well, I after that, I performed there twice, and then I don't know. I made every bad decision I could make as far as the performer's concerned, and kind of quit for many years. And then my son he's a lawyer now. He used to be a musician. I don't know which way he's going, on the scheme of things. If he's, but anyway, he had a band. He was playing in the Metroplex there, and he was doing solo and had a little band. And I went in a club there over in Stockyard one night to hear him, and he and these young guys were playing my songs that and this was in the early 2000s, and these were songs I'd written 30 years before. And I looked over, and there was a pretty young lady singing along on one of them. I thought, well, dang. So I started writing some new songs and started playing, and I host the Wahlberg Songwriter Wednesday series. Yeah. I've been doing that. We started that, like a friend of mine started over 10 years ago, and I took it over after about a year, I guess, year and a half. And, we've been going ever since. We booked songwriters from all over, mostly Central Texas and the Austin area. But we've had them from Colorado and the Pacific Northwest. We've had them. There's one guy that when he's in Austin, he's an Australian. He'll come by and play with us and perform. And, we've had people like Jim Chestnut, who used to be a staff writer for Acuff Rose. Jim came in one time from San Antonio and played with us. And, it's just a good time. It's something that we do to promote songwriters. Yeah. And that's my role, basically.
Over the years, my time in radio, and I've had a chance to go to different functions and hear stories from songwriters that, the average people don't know their names. They only know the name of George Strait. They're not real familiar with Dean Dillon or, so forth and so on. But to go hear those songwriters who are musicians and can sing too, to get up there and tell the story about that big hit song and then perform it the way they meant it to be performed, I think that's the biggest treat in the world. I love it. One of my favorite stories was from several years ago. They did a deal with St. Jude, and they brought in a songwriter, and I'm sorry his name escapes me right now, but he's on stage, and he said it was Christmas time, lived in Nashville, and it was maybe Christmas Eve, I'm not real sure, but he gets a phone call, and his buddy says, hey, I'm going to the islands, and I'm going to write songs. Do you want to come with me? And he goes, it's Christmas time. I got my wife and child here, and I can't go. He goes, oh, come on, ask your wife. So he goes to his wife and says, she goes, man, this is what you do for a living. You got to go. You got to go. So he goes, and they get there, and they go out that night and party in the islands. The next day, this songwriter's sitting on the balcony drinking coffee, and the sliding door slides open, and out sticks the head of Kenny Chesney and says, man, we went out last night, didn't we? And that's where the hit song, he sat and wrote it right there. I just love stories like that. It amazes me because I can't do it. Do you ever have one of those times in your life that something just hits you like that?
Yeah. And sometimes, all the great songwriters that I kind of grew up listening to, and I was always into songwriters. I was a weird child, I like the Beatles because Lennon and McCartney wrote the songs,
Yeah.
And, but sometimes just a line, just a simple line. And one thing that I do, and some of the, one of the great joys I have of just doing what I do in my own little world out there. It's kind of a family thing out in Wahlberg. You have to come out sometimes. You won't understand it till you get there. It's like an altered universe, but without drugs. But is young songwriters come in, and some of these people, the young ones, are going to. They're gonna make something. I can tell. You can just kind of tell that they got a lot of potential, and they've got the fire, and they're going to stick with it. The only thing that I kind of warn young people against, young writers, is don't overthink it, don't overwrite it. Because if you're overthinking it and you're overwriting it, it's going to get so complex that you're going to lose your audience.
Right.
And don't try to don't repeat that. I don't care how great that chorus is. Don't repeat it 5 times. Just get it done. I'm not a stickler for the 3-minute rule that they used in country and pop music for years because of because of the radio mainly format. But you can drag them out too long sometimes. And if everybody's not drunk and singing along with you, that's a bad idea.
That's right. Hey, now, it's funny, and I said this to Kevin this morning, sometimes your brain, you're on a telepathic deal, but just yesterday, we were talking about Wahlberg's. What's the German place?
Well, there's two places. The places that I call home is the Wahlberg German Restaurant and Beer Garden.
Okay.
My good friend Ronnie Tippelt, he's the proprietor. And then down the road you got Dale's Essenhouse. So, there's the three, I guess, major businesses in Wahlberg, all three, I think, sell beer. Even my friend Danny Micken, who's got Micken Motors in the feed, I think he's got some beer. You can buy beer in the feed store, too. So they all sell beer, and 2 out of the 3 offer live music. So,
I love it.
What a place.
I was just talking to Ann Harder about down there. That's funny that we talk about it and then you're here. All right, you're here to sing music. So
well, I think it's music. I say it's
music.
It's what I call music anyway.
And what are you going to kick it off with? What's that first song?
Well, I tell you what, if I don't screw it up too bad, I wrote one song about Waco. Well, it's not about Waco. Out on the Circle, there used to be an old motel called the Tam O'Shanter Inn.
I remember that.
You remember? Well, okay.
Tam O'Shanter.
We won't go there. We won't go into that any further.
Okay.
Well, I was at the Greyhound station on Columbus Avenue, talking to the shine man who was polishing my boots, waiting for that green-eyed woman when her bus came rolling in. And it was just a short drive to the Tam O'Shanter Inn. Some people go to Paris, France to have a little fling, but for her and me, it was Waco in the spring. Oh, I done some things I regret, some I'll do again. If I get back to Waco in that Tam O'Shanter Inn. We ran up and down the highway way back in the day, going round in circles, finding love along the way. Well, I wish that green-eyed woman would come circling back again for a rendezvous in Waco at the Tam O'Shanter Inn. Some people go to Paris, France to have a little fling, but for her and me, it was Waco in the spring. Oh, I done some things I regret, some I'll do again. If I get back to Waco in the Tam O'Shanter Inn. Well, I heard she found a real good man that she settled down. Well, I ain't half as crazy as that fool she hung around, when saying that she loved me was like talking to the wind. When we pulled into the driveway at the Tam O'Shanter Inn. Oh, some people go to Paris, France to have a little fling, but for her and me, it was Waco in the spring. Oh, I've done some things I regret, some I'll do again. If I get back to Waco in the Tam O'Shanter Inn. Woo! Well, thank you very much.
You know, that just wouldn't fit for every hotel. You got the Marriott. I don't think Marriott would just rhyme. Tam O'Shanter just rhymes.
It was, yeah. I love that name. I don't know why. It had the little Irishman with the shillelagh, you know, on the side.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Well, you know, Tam O'Shanter can actually mean a couple of things. So we went to Ireland a couple of a bonnet or a poem.
Yeah.
Whatever, but yeah. I never stayed there. I swear to you, I never stayed at Tam O'Shanter yet.
No, it was mostly respectable for the most part. You know, the elite was across the street. What do they call that something?
Yeah.
Magnolia something. But
Now it's Magnolia Table.
yeah. But anyway, that was right across. You know, if you
Yeah.
were real careful, you could run across there on foot and not get run over.
Get you a burger at Health Camp.
That's right.
And then right
We'll
over
go
to Tam
Health
O'Shanter.
Camp. Yeah.
So you make your home now around Belton or in Belton?
Outside of Belton, yeah, close to the lake out there. I'm not right on the lake, but I'm like one click over from it. And
tell you that's a great area.
I've got 1 foot in Temple and 1 foot in Belton, more or less.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, Waco. We talk so much about Waco on the show, exploding over the last so many years. But same thing down in Belton. Same thing in Temple. The that area in Belton where the gin is, and right there on the river, and all that place, and on in. I mean, it's exploded.
Yeah, it has. Belton. We were talking on the way in today. Belton, has 2 high schools now. Temple just has 1, but Belton's got 2, and it seems like about every other year they're building a new elementary school or a new middle school or a new subdivision. And what's interesting is some of the new schools are actually in Temple city limits, but they're in the Belton school district. So Temple and Belton are pretty much becoming one community.
Yeah. It's like when I was a little kid, I grew up in Fort Worth, and I remember if we ever went to Dallas, that was like driving to a different world.
Right.
Now they're connected.
Right.
It's wild.
Well, in Austin, you start in Georgetown, and you end up, it seems like you start in Georgetown down, you end up in San Marcos if you just keep going. And if you go out to the east, out of Round Rock, you're in Hutto, and Hutto used to have like a feed mill and a wag-a-bag convenience store, Snuffy's bar.
Oh, yeah.
I knew things were going downhill for Hutto, though. One day I went into Snuffy's bar, and they had Wi-Fi, and I said, that ain't right.
Yeah.
Progress is just overtaking them.
You were talking about songwriters and so forth, and about a month ago, I got invited to go down and briefly speak in Salado at their little songwriter music association group.
Right.
Had a great time. So many talented people in the area down there. It just it amazes me.
Yeah, we had one time at Wahlberg. I just devoted a whole, and I've got several friends from Salado, and one or two of them come and play at Wahlberg. We kind of book in advance like you do, so give everybody a chance to play. But I just had a Salado night one night, and I just got as many people. That's been a few years ago, and I just got as many people from Salado as I could get in there, and so we just did a Salado thing.
That's great. Salado's another one of those towns that's exploded.
Right.
Just a beautiful little community. Hey, country music history, stuff that happened today in history, I'm going to share with you right now. And you may remember some of this. Some of it may be before your time. But in 1956, Patsy Cline signs her very first recording contract with a record label called 4 Star Records. 1956, wow. 1968, the great Merle Haggard, he records Mama Tried.
Yeah.
That's a huge smash hit. 1980, the Statler Brothers. I love the Statler Brothers.
Harmony.
Oh my gosh. And funny and entertaining. Gosh. The Statler Brothers, they release Charlotte's Web on their 10th anniversary album. 1997, Tim McGraw, his album Everywhere is released. That had the big hit Just to See You Smile on it. 2008, Dierks Bentley releases a single called Feel That Fire. Later became a #1 hit. And in 2019, Luke Combs is included into the Grand Ole Opry celebration by Vince Gill and Joe Diffie, and was put into the Ryman over there, Grand Ole Opry. Anyway, that's a few things that happened today in country music history. We'll take a short break and be right back at the Backyard Bar, Stage, and Grill. Live music with Mike Mathis.
Are you a business looking for great employees or a Central Texan ready to get to work? Since 1986, Jack of All Trades has connected local companies with the best people in town. With nearly 40 years of recruiting experience, we help you succeed, whether you're hiring or job hunting. One call to Jack of All Trades puts the right people in the right place. Follow the job leader, Jack of All Trades Personnel Services.
Mike's Car Care provides honest and professional automotive repair and auto maintenance services to the people of Waco and surrounding areas. Come by and visit our clean and professional shop. Mike's Car Care, open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. We're located at 4715 Sanger Avenue. Call us at 254-732-1202 or visit us on the web at mikescarcarewaco.com.
Get paid faster with Bill, the easiest way to send, receive, and manage your payments. No more delays, no more hassle. Whether you're a freelancer or a business, Bill makes payments seamless and secure, simple, fast, and reliable. Sign up today at Bill.com. Overwhelmed by your inbox? Clean Email is here to help. Organize, clean, and manage your emails with powerful automation tools. Say goodbye to spam and clutter and enjoy a stress-free inbox. Try Clean Email today at cleanemail.com. That's CLEAN email.com. Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Combine that with OrganicHemp.com's top quality CBD for ultimate balance. Start your healing journey today at GlobalHealing.com and OrganicHemp.com. Unlock a world of convenience with Mully Box, your one-stop solution for personalized subscription boxes delivered right to your door. Each box is tailored to your taste. Experience the joy of surprises. Subscribe today at mullybox.com. That's MULLYBOX.com. At Tusain's, we understand that maintaining a healthy lifestyle can be challenging, especially in today's fast-paced world. That's why our mission is to make fitness accessible to everyone, anywhere. Committed to excellence, we adopt a user-centric approach guided by ergonomics and medical science. With a team of seasoned professionals in R&D, design, and manufacturing, we prioritize quality across our entire product line. Visit Tusains.com today and start your journey to better health. That's TOUSAINS.com.
At Open Goal USA, we're revolutionizing training for both soccer and lacrosse with our innovative portable rebounders. Perfect for players of all ages and skill levels, our rebounders improve accuracy, control, and technique in both sports. Built with premium materials for durability and ease of use, they're ideal for training anywhere, anytime. Whether you're perfecting your soccer game or sharpening your lacrosse skills, Open Goal USA has you covered. Visit OpenGoAAALUSA.com and elevate your training today.
Relax with Hemp Delicious. Organically grown hemp, massively blended with delicious organic herbs, responsibly sourced for their holistic benefits. Each sip offers calming, antioxidant-rich wellness. Brewed just for you. Sip the calm with Hemp Delicious. Find your blend at hempdelicious.com.
Introducing Muck-Off's classic pink bike cleaner, powered by revolutionary nanotechnology that breaks down dirt and grime on a microscopic level while protecting your bike's delicate finish. Developed by our mad developer Alex and tested by riders, our products are made by riders for riders. Discover more at us.muc-off.com, where we break the mold to bring you the best in bike care.
It is Tuesday, and we're here at the Backyard Bar, Stage and Grill downtown, doing it live this morning. Mike Mathis from down around Belton is our musical guest this morning. Let me ask you this. We've been talking about songwriters, and in today's world, if I was to go out into your car, your truck, SUV, is there anyone you like to listen to that's no matter what format of music, is there somebody that you kind of go, hey, they're pretty cool, I like them?
Well, I listen to kind of an eclectic selection of music. Some are country music, songs, and folk oriented, and some are blues and rock. I'll tell you something that, and my wife will verify this. If I'm listening to, say, Willie's Roadhouse or one of these other Sirius stations, and Floyd Tillman. Now, most people don't even know who Floyd Tillman was, but if they play an old Floyd Tillman tune, man, I perk up. I think that Hank Cochran was a genius. Christopherson was a genius. John Prine, you had to kind of be able to get Prine. A lot of people didn't get him, but and some of the, James McMurtry, great storyteller. I listen to people who probably aren't that mainstream or aren't anymore, or they're known for songwriting. Waco area, Billy Joe Shaver. Oh my Lord, Billy Joe Shaver. Everybody I associate with loved Billy Joe Shaver, and they still love his music. And if they don't, well, we kick them out of the club.
He reminds Billy Joe reminded me so much. You mentioned Chris Christopherson. Yeah. They could write, they could sing, they could act in movies. They could, they were just super talented.
Oh yeah. It
takes a special person.
Yeah, Billy Joe Shaver. He was, he passed away here in Waco. Was living here in Waco. He had, I think he was originally from Corsicana, but he had deep roots in Waco. And I met him twice, and it was a special thing that I remember. In fact, I wrote a song. I stole a line from Billy Joe.
Yeah.
I didn't steal the song, but I was watching that documentary that Robert Duvall's wife, I can't remember her name, she's a documentary film producer.
Right.
And she came to Waco and she did a documentary on Billy Joe Shaver, and this was, after his mom had died and after his wife had died, and Eddie had passed away by then, and he was having all these health problems at that time, but she just kind of followed him around. And there was this one scene where Billy's coming in he's been outside, looks like he's probably been mowing his yard, because he comes in and he's all hot and sweaty. He's got on that old faded denim shirt like he wore for years. I think it's the same shirt. I told him that one time. I said, I don't think you've changed shirts since 1972. But he comes in, he's all hot and sweaty, and the camera's rolling, and he walks over to the refrigerator and he pulls out a gallon jug of water. And he takes him a big drink out of it, like we've all done. And then he kind of looks around, and I guess he's kind of caught off guard. He's kind of embarrassed. He says, in Billy Joe Shaver fashion, "Oh, that's all right. Nobody lives here but me." There you go. There you go. I'm gonna try. That's not on the set list, but I'm gonna do this if I can figure it out. Well, this old house is as lonesome as four walls can be. Nobody lives here but me. But I have the freedom to do as I please. Nobody lives here but me. Well, if I stumble home late, no one will complain. I'll pour my whiskey straight down the drain. But there's a cold, lonely room where her love used to be. And nobody lives here but me. No one complains about the mud on the rug. Nobody lives here but me. Nobody cares when I drink from the jug. Nobody lives here but me. And if a drunken old friend needs to sleep on the couch, ain't nobody yelling, hey, throw the bum out. But there's a cold, lonely room where her love used to be. And nobody lives here but me. Thank you. It's not every day that you get to steal a line from Billy Joe Shaver and live to tell about it, you know.
Yeah, you're exactly right on that one. Just make sure you didn't steal it from him out at Papa Joe's out on the parking lot.
Yeah, right, right. My son was in, I think he was in the White Elephant one night, and he'd been I think he might have opened for somebody there, and he called me. I was sitting in the den watching television. He called me up and said, "Say, Dad, you'll never guess who, I'm at the White Elephant, you'll never guess who's sitting at the bar." I said, "Well, I probably won't. Why don't you just go ahead and tell me?" He said, "It's Billy Joe Shaver." I said, "Well, you know, you're a good guitar player, and you don't ever know. Billy Joe may be looking for a guitarist, you know. Why don't you go over and talk to him?" He said, "Well, I think I will." I said, "Well, just don't say anything about any ex-wives or anything, you know, when you're there. That's just, you know, stay on the side." He said, "Yeah, I will." Said, "I kind of checked him out when I went by, and he's not packing."
Now, you got to tell me, you've mentioned your son a couple times. What's his name?
His name's Michael. My full name is Michael Ray Mathis. He's Michael Bryant Mathis. He goes by Mike. We always called him Michael, but he goes by Mike now. He's not exactly a junior, but but he was putting out music, and I hadn't put out anything in years, so I stuck senior on me so people wouldn't confuse the two of us.
People wouldn't think that you're the younger brother, right?
Right.
That's probably it. Yeah.
That's what it was. Exactly.
I love it. Mike Mathis is here all the way from Belton. Great music so far this morning. We got more music from Mike coming up. We'll take a short break, and we'll be right back with some birthdays. Happy birthday. Stick around.
Are you ready to take control of your health? At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. Say goodbye to long waits and office visits. Check your health on your own terms with 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today and free yourself from traditional medicine. That's the number 4uhealth.com. At Fullwell, we bring together the expertise of registered dietitians, MDs, and OBGYNs to give you the best fertility support. Our research-backed bioavailable formulas are crafted with your health in mind, ensuring the highest quality and safety. From preconception to pregnancy and beyond, we exceed industry standards with independent testing for harmful contaminants. With our comprehensive practitioner directory, personalized care is always within reach. Fullwell, your trusted partner on your fertility journey. Visit us at fullwellfertility.com. Experience the perfect blend of exquisite craftsmanship and life-changing technology with Gevi. Every product is built with precision, featuring specialized parts that ensure durability, efficiency, and safety. We put every machine through 6,000 rigorous tests to guarantee long-lasting performance. With cutting-edge technology and a commitment to energy efficiency, Gevi makes your life easier, greener, and more convenient. Upgrade your everyday with Gevi. Visit us at gevi.com to discover more. That's gevi.com.
With San, owning iconic furniture no longer requires paying a premium. We use the finest materials like Italian top grain leather, known for its durability and luxurious feel, and apply meticulous attention to detail in every piece we create. Our replicas are crafted with the same care and precision as the originals, but a price that makes them accessible. With over 15,000 satisfied customers worldwide, we've proven that high-quality furniture doesn't have to come with a high price tag. Explore our collection today at san.com.
At Covers & All, we've revolutionized protective solutions with cutting-edge, customizable covers, tarps, and curtains. Using advanced tech fabrics that are 100% waterproof, UV tear, and abrasion resistant, we ensure lasting durability with hand-sewn double-stitch seams. Our commitment to quality, precision engineering, and customizable options is unmatched. With vertically integrated operations and express shipping, we deliver premier protection at affordable prices. Visit coversandall.com today for the perfect fit, guaranteed to last.
Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. Whether at home or on the go, NordVPN ensures your digital freedom. Stay secure. Download NordVPN today at nordvpn.com. That's NORDVPN.com.
If I've learned anything in the last year, it's that to show up as my best, I need to make intentional choices. And that goes back to the absolute basics. Number one is I have to move. And number two, to stay hydrated.
I have been using molecular hydrogen from Water and Wellness to support my health and well-being. It helps with energy, recovery, liver health, and more. The hydrogen has been a game-changing addition to my own wellness routine. The tablets dissolve into my water and deliver powerful minerals to help my body feel its best all day long.
It all began with a simple idea, cutting handles off old ski sticks to create better pull-up bars. This sparked the creation of the revolutionary Angles 90 handles. After testing over 70 prototypes with 300 athletes, our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit angles90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Have you ever wondered why so many pet parents are choosing to have virtual vet appointments? Online veterinary care is making it easier than ever to get expert advice for your pet. Our professionals are not only experts in managing urgent concerns, but also in providing top-notch preventative health care. We're proud to connect pet owners to a vast network of licensed veterinary professionals, ready to address any immediate concerns and expand access to pet care. Book your first appointment today.
Visit roguemediamusic.com for more music.
We're back live at the backyard. Mike Mathis is here. Mike, when is your birthday?
My birthday is October 13th, 1950. I'm going to tell you how old I am. I'm an old dude. Born in 1950, October 13th, and I was born on a Friday. Friday the 13th child.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, yeah. There you go.
Wow.
There you go.
And what year?
1950.
No, come on.
Yeah, Harry S. Truman was the president.
He was a good man. He dropped two big ones.
Yeah, he did.
He did. Harry S.
Yeah.
All right, let's do some birthdays today. Here's some people that may not be with us anymore, but we'd like to mention them. They were born on this date. Jeff Davis, the president of the Confederate States, was born on this date in 1808. Allen Ginsberg, American poet, leading figure of what they call the Beat Generation. Raul Castro, he was president, Fidel's brother went on to be president of Cuba, still alive. He was born in 1931. Curtis Mayfield, American soul, and he was a funk musician. Curtis Mayfield was born on this date in 1943. Dan Hill, Canadian singer-songwriter, born in 1954. Jill Biden, First Lady of the United States, was born on this date in 1951. Rafael Nadal, famous tennis player, was born on this date, and that looks like about it. Let's go with some local birthdays. We got a guy that he actually calls in every Wednesday and does a little segment on the show. Today is his birthday. My friend Pat Curry, is turning 60 years old today. Happy birthday, Pat. Rodney Pyatt having a birthday.
Okay.
Carol Anselet, happy birthday. Sean Reynolds. Christina Segrist. Melody Blanick, happy birthday to you. Justin Ellis. Kelsey Siegel. Charles Ewing having a birthday. Jim Blackford, happy birthday. Dayton Region. Chris Adams celebrating his birthday today. Jennifer Edwards. Denise Jones. And a couple of birthdays I missed yesterday. Chris Goss and my buddy, the man in the can. You'll see him at all the big rodeos. My buddy Johnny Dudley celebrating his birthday. Former Marine. Great veteran, Johnny Dudley, happy birthday to you. All right, we're back live. Let's get back to some music here at the backyard. Mike Mathis is going to play another one for us.
You know, we were talking about the story behind the song, and sometimes when you get my age, you don't remember the story behind the song. You do good to remember the song. And I think this one may have been inspired, though, I was at a big concert one time, and I saw a rather handsome young gentleman with a rather attractive older lady.
Yeah.
And, you know, I kind of got the idea for this song. And I just had to plug in a name, you know, because just came up with one.
Yeah.
Didn't know the lady's name. It's called Virginia Ann. Yeah, that's my girlfriend, sweet Virginia Ann. Yeah, that's my girlfriend, sweet Virginia Ann. And he ain't got no time for no big talking man. Hey, Mr. Big Man around town, but leave sweet Virginia Ann alone. Mr. Big Man around town, better leave sweet Virginia Ann alone. She don't want no sugar daddy. She got money of her own. Dresses me in Palm Beach suits, Stacey Adams shoes. Talking about Palm Beach suits, Stacey Adams shoes. Don't allow me to drink nothing but the high-priced booze. Well, I know I got a good thing, but leave sweet Virginia Ann alone. Well, I know I got a good thing, but leave sweet Virginia Ann alone. She don't want no sugar daddy. She got money of her own. Well, I live in a mansion and I'm wearing a Rolex watch. I said I live in a mansion and I'm wearing a Rolex watch. That little woman tries to give me some of everything she got. I can't blame you for trying, sweet Virginia, and she sure looked fine. I can't blame you for trying, sweet Virginia Ann. She sure looks fine. Oh man, but don't you be trying to ride on my Valentine. Thank you.
That's great. That's great. Now, Gertrude would not work.
No.
Would not work, Gertrude. Are you a sports guy? Do you follow any sports teams?
Oh, I watch the Cowboys lose, and that's about it, you know.
Mm-hmm. You're with the rest of us.
Yeah.
Hey, but this is the year.
Yeah, that's right. A friend of mine told a cowboy joke, kind of a cowboy joke the other day. He said he went in the VFW and, I guess it was happy hour and beer was $1.75, and he said he gave him $2 and got a quarter back, and he said, the Cowboys spent $40 million, they still didn't get a quarter back.
Oh my gosh, Scotty, are you standing by? Did you hear that joke?
I'm applauding for that joke.
Way to go. Speaking of jokes, for some reason, Kevin, who is in charge, let me skip the bad joke of the day this morning. You didn't even say anything, Kevin. What's up with that?
I'm sorry. We were just going.
I know.
So.
We were on a roll. So I have now, I guess I was waiting for a bigger audience because I have actually 4 people now that can laugh at my joke. So today's bad joke of the day is, what did the stamp say to the envelope?
I don't know what.
Stick with me and we'll go places. All right, let's check in with Scotty. What's going on in sports, baby?
Man, we're going to have kind of an impromptu day here, Zach.
Yeah.
So I told you Pete's on vacation.
Yep.
So part of what we're going to do is we're going to rerun all of our interviews that have to do with the NBA draft. We'll do a little NBA draft special. Of course, Baylor's VJ Edgecombe projected to be a top 5 pick. So that's of interest to folks here in Waco.
Oh, wow.
But I'm going to start the show a little off the sports thing today. Zach, I'm going to give everybody my field guide to finding good Texas barbecue.
I love it.
I love it too. I'm wearing my Truth Barbecue shirt today. I figured it was time.
I don't know if you heard me yesterday talking about the top 10 Texas Monthly.
Bingo.
And burnt beans, number 1. But this morning I gave honorable mentions to 3 Central Texas barbecue restaurants that made the top 50. And that is Rossler's in Harker Heights.
Yes.
Miller's down in Belton.
Yes.
And Hellberg right here in Waco.
My friend Philip.
Philip.
Yep.
So good I love barbecue. So you're a barbecue guy too?
Big barbecue head, Zach. I'm going to show some photos on the show. I've been smoking it for a while now and love to eat it, obviously. So
now I love barbecue. My dad was in the barbecue business, but I can't judge barbecue without judging sides. I have to have beans, coleslaw, and potato salad. That's
so
my
you need
go-to.
to pay attention to my field guide because I have a rule about that.
Okay.
But I have a feeling we might disagree on the rule. My rule is if a place is known for its sides, it's not known for its barbecue.
You're exactly right on that. You are so right.
Hellberg's got good sides, though, speaking of sides.
Yeah. Hey, Andrea and I, because we heard it, you talk about it, or maybe it was Zach that talked about it, but we watched the Brett Favre deal over the weekend.
I haven't watched it yet, but Pete's talked about it on the show. Yeah.
Wow. They don't, Brett's not a saint.
No. And it's funny, the fall from grace, because I think his image early in his career was that he was this good old Southern boy and obviously a great quarterback, and obviously there was a lot of stuff going on that wasn't so good.
So get a chance to watch that. What else are we going to talk about?
That's it, man. NBA draft and barbecue today. Tomorrow I'm going to talk a little NFL, NBA Finals. And then Thursday we're going to do a college football special. So we're covering the gamut this week. Every topic you could want, we'll be there at some point this week.
All right, man. Scotty, thanks a lot. Have a great show, and we'll talk again tomorrow.
All right, man. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Pete Sousa's show coming up right after my show at 10 o'clock. Goes till 11 o'clock, 1 hour show. Got Mike Mathis, and Mike is he's just going nuts. He wants to do another song. He's up there frothing at the mouth. And let's do another song, Mike.
All right. This song's called Please Tell Donita I Stopped By. Now, the girl in the song, her name, again, wasn't Donita. I needed a name that had 3 syllables to fit the meters. And I was working with this young woman at the time named Donita, and I approached her and I said, Donita, I need to use your name in a song. And she says, well, it better not be anything nasty. And I said, well, Donita, you know it. Be better than that.
That's right.
I never did play this far. She just,
Okay.
But it's not. It's perfectly G-rated.
Okay.
Would you please tell Donita I stopped by? Say I couldn't wait around. I doubt she'll ask you why. Well, I'm glad he makes her happy. Yes, ma'am, he's a lucky guy. Please tell Donita I stopped by. Please don't call Donita on the phone. By the time she could drive over, I'll be gone. Well, I just thought that I might find her here. I haven't been around these parts in years. Please tell Donita I stopped by. Just can't wait around, she won't ask you why. Well, I'm glad he makes her happy. Yes, ma'am, he's a lucky guy. Please tell Donita I stopped by. Well, it's nice to know that you remember me, and it's good to share a few old memories. If she finds out I was here, she'll be surprised. So please tell Donita I stopped by. Well, some coffee would be nice, but I must go. It's time for me to get back on the road. Yes, ma'am, all that hard living took a toll. You're not the first to say I'm looking old. Would you please tell Donita I stopped by? Say I couldn't wait around, I doubt she'll ask you why. I'm glad he makes her happy, yes ma'am, he's a lucky guy. Please tell Donita I stopped by. Please tell Donita I stopped by. Thank you.
Again, a song that Gertrude would not work out.
No, never.
But that's a challenge to you, Mike, for a song about Gertrude.
Well, yeah, I could probably, but you got to watch out with some words like that,
Yeah.
You start trying to rhyme them and you go down kind of a
The truth about Gertrude.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow. Hey, you got any gigs you want to talk about?
Well, right now,
up?
the only thing that I'm doing right now is this, and I'm just concentrating on my Wahlberg gigs every other Wednesday night. We had one this past Wednesday. We'll have one next Wednesday, and that's mainly what I'm doing now. I don't really have a lot of energy anymore to get out and and load up the gear and go to some place and unload and load back up and then unload at the house. So, I just kind of.
Oh, yeah.
And we got a new grandbaby, so that's keeping us pretty busy.
Sure.
She's in Austin, in South Austin, so we run back and forth. And,
I know the whole world, the whole deal with you and being the famous male model that you are. Been in so many magazines that,
that's right.
You get approached and by so many people. It's tough.
I do. Yeah. I've had to go underground, Zach. Actually, I've gone below underground.
Way underground.
Way underground. I watched a documentary yesterday on the great Bobby Charles. Bobby Charles was one of my heroes. Wrote "Walking to New Orleans" and "See You Later, Alligator," and
I don't know why I love
alligator.
You.
But I Do, and The Jealous Kind, all those great songs, Bobby Charles songs. And Bobby always kind of, they talked about him being reclusive, and I said, well, maybe that's what made him, all those hit records that he didn't record them, but all those hit songs that he wrote, he just kind of sat back and watch the money come into the mailbox. But I sit back, but I go out to the mailbox every day, but I swear I hadn't seen a nickel.
I go to the mailbox and it's people wanting money from me.
Yeah, they want money. Yeah, right.
I have a quick story talking about going to the mailbox. Knew a guy, and he's still around. I haven't talked to him or heard about him. His name is Larry Boone, songwriter out of Nashville. And I talked to Larry. This is a long time ago. He had his own recording career, and his big hit that we played back in the 80s was called Don't Give Candy to a Stranger.
Oh, yeah.
And it was about the little girl named Candy, and they divorced and bringing in the stepfather, all that. Anyway, beautiful song. So later in Larry's life, one time I was talking to him, and he said, I went to the mailbox, and there was a check big enough to build me a really nice house. And he had written the song, I think it was called Beyond the Blue Neon, and he was going to release it. Anyway, somehow either MCA or George Strait's camp or something got a hold of it and said, we want this song. They never released it as a single, but it was on the album, and the title of the album was Beyond the Blue Neon. And he said, wow, that bought me a house right there.
Oh, yeah.
A nice house.
Yeah. It would.
Gosh, I love those stories about, the writers and so forth. And, the sad thing, Mike, is back many years ago, so many writers got screwed out of so much money. Sad.
And there's always the legendary tales of the writers who sold what would become a standard for $50 to $150 because they needed the money. You hear those stories.
Yep. Sad.
And all genres of music, country music, pop music. These guys just got up against it, and they needed to pay the rent or they needed to eat, and some guy said, hey man, that sounds pretty good, I'll give you $75 for when you sign off. Nobody even wants to buy mine for $75. I've tried to sell them.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, you want to buy this?
You want to buy this? Yeah.
I want to talk to you about Mike's Car Care Center, one of our great morning show sponsors. Mike's Car Care. You need a brake job, transmission work, whatever it might be, simple oil and filter change, tire rotation. My buddies over at Mike's Car Care Center can take care of you. They're honest, they're dependable, got great prices. They're over on Sanger Avenue. Call Mike today and set up that appointment. 732-1202. 732-1202. Mike's Car Care Center. He'll take care of you. Also, my friends over at Jack of All Trades Employment Services, Helen Underwood and her staff have been putting people to work for years and years. Full-time, part-time, temporary. Remember what they say at Jack of All Trades. If you need a JOB, call JOAT and tell them you heard about it right here. Zach Owen Show. Back with more music. Mike Mathis at the Backyard Bar, Stage, and Grill right after this break.
Mike's Car Care provides honest and professional automotive repair and auto maintenance services to the people of Waco and surrounding areas. Come by and visit our clean and professional shop. Mike's Car Care, open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. We're located at 4715 Sanger Avenue. Call us at 254-732-1202 or visit us on the web at mikescarcarewaco.com.
Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. Whether at home or on the go, NordVPN ensures your digital freedom. Stay secure. Download NordVPN today at nordvpn.com. That's NORDVPN.com.
If I've learned anything in the last year, it's that to show up as my best, I need to make intentional choices. And that goes back to the absolute basics. Number one, it's I have to move. And number two, to stay hydrated.
I have been using molecular hydrogen from Water and Wellness to support my health and well-being. It helps with energy, recovery, liver health, and more. The hydrogen has been a game-changing addition to my own wellness routine. The tablets dissolve into my water and deliver powerful minerals to help my body feel its best all day long.
It all began with a simple idea, cutting handles off old ski sticks to create better pull-up bars. This sparked the creation of the revolutionary Angles 90 handles. After testing over 70 prototypes with 300 athletes, our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit angles90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
About time to wrap it up here at the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill. Tomorrow, we'll talk Gatesville Chivalry. Yvonne Williams is going to be here to talk about that. She's with the Chamber of Commerce there. That's taking place this weekend. Big Friday night event, and then Saturday, they got lots of great music, food trucks, things to do over there. I'll be over there having a good time Saturday. Stop by and say, hey, Zach. Goober says, hey. But come by and see me. We got that tomorrow, so make sure you tune in. Mike, thank you so very much for coming in, buddy.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
I'm glad it worked out to where you were able to come in, and I definitely want to have you back. You know, I have a lot of young people on the show, and not saying that you're old, because I'm old, is that you're experienced. And I like the stories, and I like the things. A gentleman that we've had on a couple of times is Ben Rendick. Ben tells a lot of the old classic country stories, and so I love your stories and I love your music.
Thank you.
And you're welcome back anytime.
Well, thank you very much, Zach.
How are we going to close it out today?
I'm going to close it out with a song called The Old Down Home Cafe. Now, this song was written on based on a really weird experience I had. You know, sometimes you stay away from a place for 30, 40 years, and you go back into an establishment, in this case a restaurant, and everything looked exactly the way it had 30 or 40 years before.
Yes.
And so I just kind of took that premise and threw a couple of characters in on top of it. And
great, I love it.
With this. That's why I said I was the Ambrose Bierce of country music, because I was time traveling, I think.
Yeah.
Drove down an old familiar street. Thought I'd grab a bite to eat. Stopped off at the Old Down Home Cafe. Well, I walked in and I looked around. Found our booth and I sat down. Wasn't I in here just yesterday? Meet her at the Old Down Home Cafe. What memories have I stirred up, staring at a coffee cup, thinking of a girl I used to know. We'd meet for lunch most every day at this Old Down Home Cafe. I never dreamed that I'd still miss her so. Well, I must have been a fool to let her go. My mind is playing tricks on me. I'm caught up in a memory. I check my watch and wonder if she'll show. Well, she should have been here 40 years ago. I go searching through the past to find the time too good to last. What might have been was never meant to be. And though she's years and miles away from this old down home cafe, I wonder if she ever waits for me in a corner booth inside a memory. And as I go up to pay the check, an old man says, "Friend, welcome back." He seems to know I've been in here before. Though I don't recognize his face, he acts as if he owns the place. He calls to me as I walk toward the door. You know, she doesn't come here anymore.